Let me tell you about the most expensive bug your game studio has ever shipped. You don't know about it, it's not in your bug tracker, nobody filled the ticket. There is no crash report with its name on it. It's a button that doesn't fire on one specific Android device. A player tapped by, nothing happened, they tried again, still nothing, and then they put the phone down and never opened your game again. That player costs you money to acquire. You paid for that install. And you load them to that bug that no human on your team ever saw, because nobody had time to test the purchase flow on every device before the release went out on Thursday. And right now I want to talk about what bugs actually cost. Not the fix, but the real number. The one that never shows up in any game report. Because for a mid-core mobile studio shipping every week, that number is way bigger than you think. Why cost of a bug is the wrong question. So here's how most teams think about a bug. A bug's come in, an engineer spends a few hours fixing it, you ship the patch, done. Cost equals engineering time. A couple $100, maybe. But that's just the visible cost, and it's the smallest part of the whole thing. The way to actually think about it is this. A bug has a cost, and that cost multiplies depending on when you catch it. Catch it while you're building the feature, it's almost free. You just fix the code you're already looking at. Catch it in testing before release, still cheap. Annoying, but contained. Catch it after it's live, in the hands of real players, and now it's expensive. Now it's not just engineering time, it's support tickets, it's refund, it's one-star review that sits on your store page forever. It's an emergency patch that pulls your whole team off the roadmap, and it's players who quietly leave and never tell you why. That last part is the killer, because the bug you catch in testing costs you a fix. The bug you ship costs you players. And in mobile, players are the entire business. So the real question was never what does a bug cost to fix. The real question is what does it cost me to find out too late? And for mid-core mobile studios, finding out too late is the default because of how you have to ship. Let's be specific about your world because it's different from studio shipping one big console game every 3 years. You ship constantly, weekly updates, live events, a new limited time offer, a new battle pass, a balance page, a seasonal event. Your game is a live service, which means it's never finished and it's never sitting still. And here's the mess that makes this brutal. Every single one of those updates is a chance to break something. Every release touches code that touches money. And your QA team has maybe 2 days to test something that honestly needs a week. So what's get tested? Probably the new thing. The feature you just built, the event you're about to launch, all of that gets a look. What doesn't get tested? Everything else. All the stuff that was working last week. Because nobody has time to replay the entire game on 20 devices every single Thursday just to make sure the thing you didn't touch still works. That gap between what you can test and what you should test, that's where the expensive bugs live. And they almost always live near money. The purchase flow, the rewarded ad that's supposed to pay out and it doesn't, the pack that shows the wrong price, the currency that doesn't get credited after a player's pays. These are the bugs that don't just annoy people. They take cash directly out of the business and they do it silently. So right now let me actually break down the real cost of a shipped bug. There are 4 pieces and almost nobody adds them all up. Number 1, the wasted acquisition spend. This is the big one for mobile games and people constantly miss it. You're paying to acquire users and that's a huge chunk of your budget. Now imagine a bug in your onboarding, your first time experience. A player downloads, hits the bug in the first 10 minutes and bounces. You paid for that install and got nothing. So a bug in early game isn't just a bug, it's torching your ad spend. You're literally paying to send users into a broken door. Number 2, the lost monetization. This is the one that hits live service economics hardest. If your purchase flow breaks, or pack is misconfigured, or the game crashes right at the moment of payment, that's revenue that simply never happens. And the scary part is that it's invisible. A player who couldn't buy doesn't send you an angry email. They just don't buy. Your revenue dips and you might not even know a bug caused it. Number 3, the retention hit. Midcore lives and dies on whether people come back tomorrow and the day after. A frustrating bug, let's say progress that doesn't save, a battle that desyncs, or a reward that doesn't land, is a perfect reason to quit. And in your genre, where lifetime value is everything, a player who churns on a day 3 because of a bug is worth a fraction of what they should have been. You didn't just lose today. You lost their whole future in your game. Number 4, the team cost and the roadmap cost. So when a bad bug ships, what happens? Basically everything stops. Your engineers drop what they're doing at the moment. Someone's writing an apology post. Your QA team is doing emergency testing at 10 p.m. at night. And every hour spent firefighting is an hour not spent building the next feature that would have made money. This bug doesn't just cost you the fix. It costs you everything you didn't build because you were busy putting out the fire. So add these 4 problems together: wasted spent, lost sale, churned players, and stolen team time, and one shipped bug in the wrong place can cost more than a QA person's entire monthly salary from just one button that didn't fire. So the obvious answer is just test more. And every studio already knows that. The problem is, testing more, the human way, doesn't scale with how you ship. Let me explain why. Manual QA is fundamentally limited by 3 things, and none of them are about your testers being good or bad. You could have the best QA team in the world, it's just the situation that's impossible. Let's imagine first time. So you ship weekly. A full pass, every feature, every device, every purchase pass takes far longer than the window you have. So probably you have to test the new stuff and pray about the rest. That's not your choice. It's just the clock. Second, repetition. The bugs that hurt the most are often in the boring, repetitive path. Replaying the same tutorial for the 100th times. Buying the same pack on the 40th device. Human attention fades on repetition, and that's just our biology. And that's exactly where things slip through. Third, scale of combinations. Mobile is a nightmare of device fragmentation. Hundreds of phones, screen sizes, OS versions and memory configurations. Probably your team can test the top 10. And the real bug is on number 37, the cheap Android that's huge in one of your biggest markets. So you end up in this payment squeeze. Ship slower and you lose your live service age, while your competitors are shipping events every week and you're not. Ship faster with the same testing and bugs leak into production and quietly drain the things we just talked about. And most studios just accept the leak as a cost of doing business. But that's only the right answer if testing has to be done by hand. And that assumption is the thing that's actually changing right now. So here's the shift that's happening right now. What if the repetitive, every device, every build testing, the part humans physically can't keep up with, just didn't have to be done by humans? This is the whole reason why we're building what we're building at Node Mori. The idea is simple to say: an AI agent that actually plays your game build the way a player would and find the bugs before your players do. It could play through the same flows over and over without getting tired or losing focus. It can run while your team sleeps. And when it finds the bug, it hands you a video of exactly what happened, so you're not chasing a vague report. I'm not doing this to turn this into a sales speech, because that's not the purpose of this video. The point I actually want you to take away is bigger than any one tool. It's one idea that for a long time, shipping fast and shipping clean were a trade-off. You had to pick one. Mid-core studios mostly picked fast because the market forces you to do it. And you just accept the cost of the bug that slipped through. But that trade-off existed because testing was bottlenecked by human time. Take that bottleneck away and let the boring, infinite, repetitive testing happen automatically, and you don't have to choose anymore. You can ship every week and not bleed revenue through a broken purchase flow you didn't have time to check. And that's the real story here. And my point is not bugs are bad. Everyone knows bugs are bad. It's more like a fact that the cause of bugs has been hiding in your acquisition spend, your churn, and your missed sales the whole time. And the reason you couldn't stop it wasn't your team. It was the clock, and the clock is the part that's finally changing. So here's like some things for you to think about. Next time a bug ships, don't ask what it costs to fix. Ask the real question: how many installs did we pay for and then lose? How much did someone try to spend and couldn't? How many players just quietly stopped coming back? That's gonna be the actual number, and it's almost always bigger than the light item your finance team sees. So for a mobile studio right now, quality isn't nice to have that competes with shipping speed. If it's done right, it's the thing that protects every dollar you spend getting players into the door. So if this information is useful for you and you're thinking about this stuff in your own game studio, this is exactly the world we live in. So stick around. We would go deep on this. I'll see you in my next video.